Ipinag-utos ni Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. sa Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, na bawasan ang tensyon sa China kaugnay sa isyu ng West Philippine Sea. Ito ang inihayag ni AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner Jr. Inihayag ni Bronner na malinong nilang inilatag ang mga patakaran ng pakikipag-ugnayan. Kanila din iprinisinta ang kanilang updated Territorial Defense Plan sa Pangulo. Ikinasiya naman ng punong ehekutibo ang nasabing plano na maituturing na isang holistic approach. Hindi lang ito nakatutok sa external defense kundi maging sa loob ng ating bansa. Hindi idinitalya ni Bronner kung ano ang kanilang gagawin para mabawasan ang tensyon dahil operational matters ito. Siniguro ni AFP Chief na magpapatuloy ang kanilang rotation and resupply mission sa BRP Sierra Madre sa Ayungin Shoal. Una nang inihayag ng Pangulo na i-level up na ang pagtugon sa issue sa West Philippine Sea hindi lamang dapat makontento sa mga inihahaing diplomatic protest.
Yes, Mr. Chair. So, supposedly civilian ng mga PNP. Siguro, may compare ko din, Mr. Chair, sa mga teachers. Pag nakasuhan ng teacher, hindi kami nag-avail ng legal officer ng DepEd. Bawal yun. Pero ito, ang mga PNP, kapag sila ay nagkakaso administratively, binabayaran ng gobyerno yung kanilang lawyer. So baka isa yan sa pwede nating makita rin, Mr. Chair, doon sa rules ng PNP. No? Siguro hindi lang DepEd yung ganyan, hindi lang yung na hindi kami pwedeng mag-avail ng lawyer, police na magdi-defend sa amin. Bawal yon sa DepEd. Pero ang police, di ba? O ang military, baka ang military rin, Mr. Chair, may ganun din na sila nagdi-defend sa sarili nila. Dapat may private. Dapat cost ninyo yung pagdi-defend sa sarili ninyo, di ba? Hindi cost ng Filipino people. So yun lang po, isang observation yun, Mr. Chair, no? So, ang tanong, next, doon pa po ba sa presumption of regularity? Kasi sinasabi ni General Bakay kanina, pag self-defense ay parang, kumbaga ba, justifiable yung pagpatay doon sa tao. Mr. Chair. In favor of the police officer? Yes or no lang po?
May I ask again for the question, Mr. Chair?
Ang sabi ko po, yung presumption of regularity. Sinabi nyo kasi kanina, dahil self-defense yan, nag-hold kayo doon sa inyong rules na kapag self-defense yan, ay parang sinasabi nyo po na justifiable yung pagpatay.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, so may problema tayo, Mr. Chair, sa ganong sa ganong presumption. Kasi ganito, sinasabi niyo may mga police operation. So lahat na lang ng mga police operation, magkwento lang kayo na merong nanlaban diyan, di ba? So yung presumption of regularity andiyan na kasi sinasabi niyo self-defense 'yon. So paano po kaya ang remedy ng tao? Halimbawa, paano na yung mga pangkaraniwang mamamayan natin na mga nanlaban, halimbawa may ganito na kwento na may ganito na sinasabing presumption of regularity, self-defense, automatic na agad na justifiable yung pagpatay. Mr. Chair.
May I, Mr. Chair? Of course, Mr. Chair, the presumption is one provided by the rules of court. But this is just a mere presumption and can be pierced with contravening evidence, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair. In cases where they think that this presumption may not be put in place, by all means, Mr. Chair, we accept evidences to the contrary. It's just a mere presumption. And it's provided by law, Mr. Chair, as well as the rule on self-defense. These are all provided by law, of which the PNP is leaning upon, Mr. Chair.
So in this case, nagkaroon ba ng sabi niyo nagkaroon ng inquest, di ba? Sabi niyo po.
Yes.
So, finding ninyo.
Yes, Mr. Chair. In the cases we have submitted, I can please take a look, Mr. Chair. There are cases there where...
Sorry, Mr. Chair. Ngayon nyo lang binigay yung paano kung mapapag-aralan. Kasi yun nga yung mga cases natin before. So, hindi ko na pag-aralan po. Sige, paliwanag nyo ngayon dito.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we have submitted the cases filed because in all of these DIPO cases, we have filed corresponding criminal cases against the suspects, dead or alive. And in all of these cases, Mr. Chair, we were waiting for, insofar as the PNP is concerned, for any presence of complainants evidences that might come for the filing of the criminal case, Mr. Chair. And insofar as the 6,475 cases that's on a record, the criminal cases were taken cognizance by other law enforcement agencies such as the NBI. And this is what we're referring to, the 52 cases of the entire lot of DIPO, which were taken cognizance by other law enforcement agencies. No one came to the PNP so that it will be the PNP who will file the criminal case. But insofar as the administrative case, Your Honor, it's also automatic. All of these cases were taken cognizance by IAS, and as stated a while ago, it were all resolved, these cases, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so mamaya na po yung 52 cases. Marami pa akong mga question dun sa 52 cases, including the presumption of regularity. The PNP cannot claim the presumption of regularity in official function because deaths are not supposed to occur during any of their operations. Do you agree, General Bakay? So the presumption of regularity, Mr. Chair, in the performance of official duty must be seen in the context of an existing rule of law or statute authorizing the performance of an act or duty or prescribing a procedure in the performance thereof. So the presumption also cannot prevail over the positive averments concerning violation of the constitutional rights of the accused, o kung meron man silang inahabol. Ito, dito sa kakaso natin, sinight yan, Mr. Chair, dun sa last hearing natin, resolution in Almora versus Bato de la Rosa. Sinight po yan ni Chel Jokno, ni Attorney Chel Jokno. So kahit po sa PNP rules, Mr. Chair, what's regular is everyone comes out alive from police operations. Tama po ba sa rule ninyo? Hindi.
Well, the RPOP states primarily that the protection of life is paramount, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair.
Yes, so yung protection of life parate. 'Di ba? So, yun dapat. Pero alam niyo, Mr. Chair, sa nabasa ko doon sa mga ilang karamihan sa mga cases, very fatal ang lahat ng mga tama. Ulo, dito, ang mga tama ng mga karamihan yan. So, hindi, alimba at General Bakay, yung para ma-preserve mo yung life at ma-preserve mo rin yung sarili mo habang nagde-defense ka, saan po ba dapat? Kung halimbawa, nakataas ng kamay ng tao, or nanlaban siya or whatever. So, alin po ba yung sinasabi niyo para ma-preserve yung life? Saan po ba yung tama nun?
Based on our police operational procedures, Mr. Chair, we have classified the three approaches in cases of encounters. First and foremost is that the non-lethal approach. That is, of course, in consonance with our principle of preserving life. Next is the less lethal approach, and in worst scenario, or circumstance, when the life of the police officer is at risk, that is the only time that we employ lethal approach. I'd like to emphasize also, Mr. Chair, that in all of these drug operations, there are 52 police officers who died as a result of these encounters. This alone manifests the fact that during police operations, you cannot go about preventing an encounter when the suspects also have in possession of firearms and shoot at our policemen. I think we are all of the agreement that when police officers' lives are in danger in the enforcement of law, I think it's better to preserve the life of the police officer than that of the suspect who has put the law into his own hands.
Okay,
Sino pa naunang bumaril? Major Corporal. Ikaw ba o yung biktima?
Mr. Chair, actually hindi pa ako mismo kasama doon sa checkpoint at saka yung humabol. Ako lang po yung officer in charge of Rosales Police Station during the time of incident,
Sino po yung
Mr.
bumaril?
Chair. So yung team po ng ano namin, Your Honor, yung
Ano yung kwento nila sa inyo?
patrol team po namin.
Ano yung kwento po sa inyo?
Based
Sino
doon sa-
ang bumaril? Yung po bang biktima o yung pulis?
Based po doon sa affidavit ng ating mga responding police officer, itong pong si Joshua yung unang bumaril, Your Honor. So despite na may warning sa kanya, ay siya pa rin yung unang pumutok.
So,
So
ibig sabihin, nag-warning muna kayo sa kanya.
based doon sa affidavit ng ating mga responding police officer, Your Honor, nag-warning po muna sila.
Paanong warning ang ginawa?
Yung sinabi nila yung kanilang authority as a police officer. Then sinabihan po nila itong si Joshua na sumuko. Pero despite doon sa warning na binigay ng ating mga responding police officer, ay That's all, Mr. Chair.
Pinagin mo kayo, pakiulit nga.
Yung last po na nabanggit ko, Mr. Chair, yung nagbigay ng warning yung ating mga responding police officer kay Joshua. Then sinabi na sumuko, Your Honor. But despite doon sa warning na binigay doon sa ating si Joshua, ay nagpaputok siya ng baril towards our responding police officer.
So kung kausapin yung nanay, naniniwala ba kayo sa sinabi ng pulis? Sabihin nyo nga.
Bilang isa
kayo rito,
po.
sabihin. Dito kayo maupo. Sabihin nyo. Ayan, nakaharap po sa inyo. Okay, paliwanag nyo na.
Bilang isang ina po ni Joshua, napakapayat po na bata ni Joshua. Tsaka po, hindi ko pa
Hindi
po
po
naba-
yung hindi po yung katawan niya eh, no?
yung pong
Nakita ko
ugali,
ng mga payat na tao na magaling bumaril eh.
yung pong sinasabi nila na nakipagsabayan po na gano.
Ah.
Ano pong gagawin niyo yung bata? Yung nga lang po sigawan ko, may takot na po sa akin eh. Tsaka nagpipinitensya yung bata. 15 years old, alam na po niyang matakot sa Panginoon. Paano niya pong gagawin yung mga paratang na yun? Tsaka
Saan po niya kinuha yung baril?
yun nga po yung tanong ko po eh, nung tinignan po namin yung bag, wala man lang po silang mapakitang ebidensya na may baril, kung ano-ano po, wala po akong nakita. Ang laman lang po nung bata ay laman po lang nung laman nung bag, yung makikita nila bata lang na damit. Pero maliban po sa 3 baril, yung pong pinaparatang, wala po ko talagang alam.
3 baril.
Sinabi po nila 3 baril daw po. 3 baril, may shabu, may lahat na po ipinaratang nila na meron daw pong inakyat na bahay. Kaya po, natulala na lang po ako eh. Kasi po napaka simple lang po ng buhay namin. Natandaan niyo po ako, Corpus, sabi ko pa sa inyo, ilang kuko ang nilinis ko po sa batang yan para lang po ibuhayin ko siya ng maayos. Tandang-tandaan niyo po.
Nakalagay ba siya sa listahan ng drugs sa Major Corpus?
Mr. Chair, we only acted with the request of the nearby police station to conduct dragnet operation. So ito po, Mr. Chair, hindi po siya planned operation. Ito po ay isang nagresponde lang po kami dun sa request ng katabi naming police station, Your Honor.
Okay ko, it's very clear na yung ating former president naglabas ng listahan ng mga drug peddlers and drug pushers.
Maisingit
What I'm
ko,
asking you right now is this.
maisingit
Is that
ko lang po.
boy, nakalista ba siya sa mga drug peddlers na nakita ninyo? O hindi nyo alam na nakalista siya among the drug peddlers and drug pushers?
Doon po sa Rosales, Pangasinan, Your Honor, ay wala po siya sa listahan, Your Honor.
That's all. That's all. Wala kayong tunay na ebidensya na drug pusher yung bata.
Your Honor, wala naman po kaming sinabi na drug pusher po yung yung
Hindi,
bata.
binaril napatay
Your Honor,
So ang gusto ko malaman ganito. Nasa listahan ba siya ng mga drug pushers? Sabi mo wala di ba?
yes,
So wala kayong
Mr. Chair.
sinasabing drug pusher siya. Therefore, napatay yung bata. Yun ang inaaway natin, napatay yung bata. Yun ang injustice eh. Napatay po yung bata. So do you realize, for example, Major Carrera, naniniwala po ba kayo na yung nangyari sa bata, injustice?
Yung nangyaring incident, Mr. Chair, ay hindi po yun plano. Kumbaga,
Therefore, kung hindi plano yun, injustice, correct?
Your Honor, nag-act lang po kami dun sa request ng Balongaw Police Station, which is adjacent municipality of Rosales, na mag-conduct ng dragnet operation, Your Honor. So kung wala po yung tawag ng Balongaw Police Station sa amin,
Let me ask
hindi po kami nag-conduct ng dragnet
Philippine
operation.
National Police dito, when there is a dragnet operation, so anong gagawin nyo? Do you should arrest the o kailangan gumamit na tayo ng dahas?
Hindi, Your Honor. Actually, by the circumstances na pinipresent niya ngayon, it's going to be a dragnet, so there will be roadblocks and checkpoints. So just the same, for us to be able to justify the use of firearm, it requires imminent threat, and that imminent threat is real, just to be able to justify the self-preservation of self-defense, Your Honor.
Oh. Madam, sagutin mo yung sinasabi nila.
May singit ko lang po kasi doon po sa aming lugar po, si Joshua po kilalang kilala po na magaling po sa computer. Ito nga po yung ano dyan eh, kung di po siya nawala, baka isa po siya sinali sa international pong Dota gamer po. Kahit sa barangay po namin, never po nagka-record yung anak ko. Ganun ko po sila pinalaki ng maayos po.
Bakit po siya nasama sa drug operation?
Kasi
Dragnet.
po, yung pong bata nagto-tournament at legit naman po sa aking nanay na lumalaban po siya sa iba-ibang lugar po eh. Dahil yun po talaga yung hilig po ng bata. Pero wala po akong, kahit po nagdodota po yan, alam ko po araw-araw na ginagawa po niya. Binabantayan ko rin po yung anak ko. Kaya alam ko po yung kung yung mga sinasabi po nila, hindi ko po mapaniwala talagang kayang gawin po nung anak ko yun. Kasi araw, gabi, tinitignan ko naman po yung anak ko eh. Kaya paano pong mangyayari yung ganong baratang po nila sa anak ko?
Congresswoman Castro, do you still have questions?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Ito nga yung kailangan talaga no parang merong mga loopholes or merong mga lapse or basta may loopholes doon sa pagde-define ng ating mga kapulisan on presumption of regularity at saka yung self-defense. So, sinasabi naman po ng PNP na mahalaga yung buhay, kailangan ma-preserve ang mga life. Pero Mr. Chair, ilan bang life ang nawala? 6,000. 'Di ba? Sa report ninyo, ito mamaya, sa report ninyo merong 20,000. Merong 30,000. So ganun karami na unusual, unprecedented, 'di ba? Kung you have that in mind, yung preservation ng life, hindi ganon karami yung mamamatay. Okay? So siguro on the presumption of regularity, matanong ko lang siguro si Attorney Nery Colmenares tungkol dito sa presumption of regularity. Can you give us explanation po on light dito sa pinag-uusapan?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, nag-admit naman ng PNP na dapat pag na may namatay, walang presumption of regularity and rightly so. Nagtaka lang ako, ang sinasite nila, yung rules of engagement kasing tanong ng Chair. Ang nababanggit, IAS. Pero there is no mention of IAS in the rules of engagement of the PNP since 2013. They're probably citing the new. Tinanggal nilang inquest eh. Before, Mr. Chair, inquest ang result ng
And
isang...
for the record, General Bakay, walang inquest na nangyari. Kaya nga nag-file sila ng complaint. Walang inquest
Kaya nga,
na nangyari doon sa doon sa insidente na yon. Tama ba yon, Attorney
I
Contis?
think so. Kasi ito,
Okay,
ito
attorney.
yung 6,417 deaths. I would like to ask how many were ilan ang na-inquest doon? How can there be an inquest? And I don't think wala lang ang 10% ang na-inquest nila, Mr. Chair. Kasi unang-una muna, 52 cases lang. Secondly, naalala ko, humihingi ang DOJ ng data sa PNP. So if there was an inquest, hindi na humihingi dapat yung DOJ kasi nag-inquest sila. Pero shortcut, Mr. Chair. Hindi na nag-i-inquest para sa tingin ko kasi I'd like to find out sa 6,417 o ilan man yon, ilan ang na-inquest doon. Kasi that shows one part of the pattern na parang hindi po nag-iimbestiga eh. Kasi under their rules, dapat may inquest. So kung 6,417 ang patay, 6,417 inquests. Pangalawa, IAS. Paano pumasok ang IAS sa new rules? IAS administrative yon. Wala siyang jurisdiction to decide whether may krimen o walang krimen na nangyari. Dapat ang PNP ay magfa-file ng kaso sa isang pulis na involved sa isang operasyon na patay. Bakit? Kasi aminado ang pulis may patay. Aminado ang pulis na siya ang pumatay. So di may kaso. Ngayon, self-defense may jurisdiction ba ang police chief PNP na magsabi, absuelto ka pala? No, only courts can do that. Can the fiscal even dismiss a complaint? Wala lang DOJ dito. Pero ang fiscal, pag may nag-file na kamag-anak ng complaint doon at tinanong niya sa counter affidavit ng pulis at sinabi ng pulis na nandun ako, pinatay ko, oo, tama yun, pero self-defense, the fiscal cannot dismiss the complaint. I'm just answering, Mr. Chair, the question.
Yeah.
So para sa akin, yung self-defense in People versus Makaslang. Ang sabi ng DOJ, we believe Mr. Makaslang had no intention to kill PO3 Kalumba.
Attorney, before you continue, I'd like to ask our new director of the NBI, being you have been a fiscal, di ba? And a judge, So, ito pinag-uusapan natin. So, what do you think of what we're talking about here? And perhaps bilang new director ng NBI, what could you have done and what you plan to do?
Una po, gusto kong ipaalam sa Honorable Committee sa period ng 2016 up to 2022 per record, meron kaming mga drug operation but zero casualties on both sides. Nahuli ho namin, wala nasaktan sa on the part of the NBI.
Wala po kayong dragnet operation.
Meron mga operation, sir, on drugs, but wala pong nasawi sa aming mga nakamay, pati sa mga agents wala naman po nasaktan.
From 2016 to
I can say up to present, Your Honor.
up to the present.
Yes, sir.
So, walang anumang collateral damage ang nangyari sa inyo.
Wala po, sir.
May sasagutin po ng Philippine National Police yan. Okay. So, ano pa ho? So, kung wala pong ano man nangyari, pero nagkaroon kayo ng dragnet operation as far as war on drugs is concerned.
Yes, sir. Meron po. But alam niyo po ang batas natin, ang NBI, hindi po namin primary jurisdiction ang drugs cases. Nasa batas po natin, ang primary jurisdiction niyan ay nasa PIDEA. As a matter of fact, ang SOP po sa lahat ng law enforcement agency, you cannot conduct drug operation without coordinating with the PIDEA. So, ganun po ang policy dyan. Ngayon, tungkol naman po sa tinatanong nyo na rules of engagement, being a former police officer, ang rules of engagement po, ang paggamit ng baril ay final option, last course. Wala ka nang magawa, tsaka ka lang gagamit ng baril. Ganun po. Gumagamit lang kami ng baril dahil sa self-defense, defense of stranger, yun lang po. Yung regularity na sinasabi in the performance of duty, sa last na pong part yun. Pero ang paggamit ng baril, kailangan talagang merong imminent danger on the part of the police officer. Laging sinasabi, final option. Ganun po.
Salamat, Director Jimmy Santiago. That is a revelation to us, no ha? Ibig sabihin, itong si Director Jimmy, naging police officer din tulad mo eh. Di ba? Pero sinabi niya, last option yung paggamit ng barrel. The thing is, iniisip ko maigi ito eh. Dragnet operation, Major, hindi ikaw ang kumalabit ng barrel. Okay, anong ginawa mo ron sa kumalabit ng barrel? Ikaw na leader niya. Anong ginawa mo?
In this case, Mr. Chair,
Case. In the case that it's discussing right now.
Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang linawin na yung unang sinabi ko kanina na hindi po ako kasama doon sa...
Hindi ka kasama, pero kayo yung head eh.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
O therefore, kasama ka. Command responsibility, kasama ka.
Yes, Mr.
So anong
Chair.
ginawa mo ron? Saan ang baril?
Ang ginawa ko pong una, Mr. Chair, ay pinaresipan ko sila ng main contractor. Yes, Mr. Chair. Pina-explain ko po sila.
Did you
Then-
confiscate the gun?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Did.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So what else did you do?
We submitted the firearms to the crime laboratory or the forensic group for ballistic and cross-matching examination, Mr. Chair. And at the same time, the
What is the result of the forensic examination? As compared to the forensic examination done by an independent forensic. The council cannot coach the resource person. Please.
Kindly repeat the question, Mr. Chair.
What is the result of the forensic examination done, as you have said? Because Attorney Conti gave us the result of the forensic done independently.
Honor.
Bago sagutin, Attorney, anong the resulta? You got the result, am I right?
The ballistic examination,
And you also
Mr.
be
Chair.
responsible enough as a police officer. Di ba? You're a major.
Yes, sir.
Nung unang panahon yan, major ka ba o kapitan?
Major, Mr. Chair.
Major.
Yes,
So
Mr.
therefore, you're responsible.
Yes,
You were
Mr.
telling
Chair.
me that you're not responsible. Hindi ikaw bumarel.
I am responsible, Mr. Chair.
And responsibility, you are responsible.
Yes, Mr.
So
Chair.
what is the result of the forensic examination?
The ballistic examination, Mr. Chair, is, if I may, I will look to the result, Mr. Chair.
You may go ahead and make your comment, Attorney Conti, while he's looking.
Your Honor, first, the forensic examination that we conducted was on the body. It was a forensic pathology examination of the body, parang autopsy po. Because precisely, they did not conduct an autopsy. Second, Your Honor, as to this cross-matching ballistics test
They did not conduct an
An
autopsy
autopsy.
on the victim.
on the victim's body po. Ito po yung binabanggit na forensic examination sa...
Okay, do you accept that you did not conduct an autopsy on the victim?
No, Mr. Chair. We make a request to our rural health unit,
So therefore,
Mr. Chair.
You are rejecting the statement of Donny Conti that you
Yes,
did not
Mr. Chair.
conduct an autopsy.
We conducted, Mr.
You
Chair.
did. Oh.
Yes.
Do you have the result of the autopsy?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Conducted by our municipal health officer, Mr. Chair.
You submit that to us also, okay? Please.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Sir Chair, meron na akong tanong kay Major.
Yeah, go ahead, Congressman.
So gusto lang nating dito establish na hindi kayo wala po kayong there was no inquest in the incident. Nagkaroon po ba? Yes or no?
No, Miss. ma'am.
Okay. So yun lang po, Mr. Chair. Hindi sila nag-conduct.
Because can I justify?
No. Kasi malinaw sa rule ninyo, di ba? Bawat may mamamatay, dapat may inquest. So wala nang justification doon, Mr. Chair.
But our area, the Rosales, Pangasinan Rosales Police Station, has no duty inquest prosecutor during night time. So the incident
So, yun
was
nga,
transpired
Yun na nga, Mr.
on
Chair.
3 a.m., Your Honor.
Well, so ang ano doon, walang inquest, walang nangyaring inquest. Okay? So hindi hindi nag-exercise ng due diligence ang pulis para ma-inquest kasi nandoon yan sa ano nyo, hindi pwedeng sabihin nyo walang ano doon eh. Walang
But that's all-
prosecutor.
You could have called an inquest fiscal. Eh. Usually, the head of the police station commander, kapag walang inquest fiscal, tumatawag yan sa inquest fiscal. You make an inquest. Ibig sabihin, you did not follow the procedure.
Because we have no duty inquest prosecutor in our
That's
area.
what I'm saying. You should have called an inquest fiscal. You cannot make an excuse that there is no duty prosecutor. Because that is the procedure of the Philippine National Police. General Bakay, enlighten me.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Based on the rules of the PNP, Police Operational Procedures, the inquest we're speaking about is the inquest we file against the suspects, not against the police officers. Because the presumption comes into play that although there is death, there is regularity.
I understand. General Bakay, understand. Tama yun eh. Tama yung sanahe mo eh. Tama yung sanahe mo. It's not against the police officer. But still, the procedure should be that there is inquest that should be done. Tama, mali?
Yes, sir.
Mali.
I was
Therefore, your police officer here, Major Corpus, did not follow the procedure.
May I
Yes, go ahead.
Can I add, Mr. Chair? Among the records we have submitted are about 10 resolutions from the prosecutor's office. An inquest proceeding was conducted. As I've said earlier, Mr. Chair, the inquest is to determine the propriety of the incident where there is death. There are resolutions we included in that submission.
Yes, Major
Mr. Chair,
Bakay, I
that,
don't think that you're answering my question here. What we're referring to is the death that happened during Major John Corpus time. Yung pong namatay, pinatay na 17-year-old. Siya na nagsabi na hindi na inquested. Now, of course, sa iba, meron kayo resolution. Pero siya na ang nagsabi dito, under oath, na hindi kayo nag-inquest. Therefore, you did not follow procedure.